When you first join the Electric State, you're going to start with $5,000. As you can see, I have $5,000 to my name. And we're going to fix this. I put my money on black. Let's see what happens. Boys. Shoot, I lost, bro. I lost so heavy, bro. Just lost all my money, man. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today guys, I will be showing you how to play the Electric State DarkRP. First of all, you're going to load your cash in and your Ruis. 2 million is the max amount of cash you can have, and I don't know the max for a Ruis. In this job menu, you can choose your job, and it'll pay you a certain amount of income every 5 minutes depending on your job. And it just differs what you spawn with as well. Now, moving on to the shop menu. In the shop menu, you can buy money printers, ammo, and any job-specific items like guns or inventions. In the rules menu, you have some starting tips, but these are also outdated in some instances because crafting ingredients are no longer required to craft items. There are vehicles also in the game, and you can spawn those in the G menu, which I will go over here in a second. In the actions menu, you can give money to players, toggle sales offering, toggle PvP. You can also press C for that. Customize your outfit, change your job tag, which does cost Robux 30. You can spawn a lockpick. You can set your doors free, which sells all doors that you've bought that are freestanding. You can add remove building buddies, save/load building, remove prefab, destroy node, cancel current bounty, set your current bounty price, quit guard job. And as the mayor, you can make an announcement, gather the townsfolk, host a lottery, call a dropship, call a cargo drop, or change the weather. Now, if you press T again, it'll remove that menu. If you press G, you can open your inventory, and you can basically have items that you have stored here, and these will transfer from server to server. If you want to take an item out, just click on it, and then it'll be in your hotbar, and you can click on that, and then you can basically have your item. You can also press H to drop that item, and then hover your mouse over it, and then press V to put it back in your backpack. Next, I will be showing you how to spawn a vehicle, which is very important for getting around quickly. In the G menu, you're going to want to click the vehicles icon, and then you can spawn your car. Whoa, what is that? Oh my gosh. There's an event happening. These events happen every 2 hours. On the hour, there are 3 spots that the dropship can crash onto. On screen right now is the Electric State map, and you can see all of the places on the map. The drop zones are where the dropship crashes will occur every single 2 hours. Thanks to AVU for making this map, and you can actually use this map with the ID at the top of my screen right now. And you can put this picture and a picture sign on your node so you have a nice map like I do. And in this event, you earn progress by standing in this circle. You get more progress for the closer you are to the circle than the farther you are. The farther you are, the less you get, and it just takes longer to earn progress. And the closer you get, when you're in the green circle, then you're good and you're making the most progress. For first place, you get 35,000. For second place, you get 15,000. And for third place, you get 10,000. They all come with other rewards, but only the top 2 get mythical items, and the top place allows you to get the bike. But it is really rare. To spawn the bike, you're going to want to press G, go over to your vehicles, and then scroll down to the hover bike. And then you can click it on the ground and it'll place it, as you guys can see. Now I can go around the map on my hover bike. And this is a 1-player vehicle, so only 1 person can get in this vehicle at a time. If you want other players to get on your bike, all you have to do is hover your mouse over it, then press F if you're off the bike. And now anyone can claim this vehicle as theirs. So it's kind of a cool way to let other players get a little taste of the bike if they haven't won the event and gotten the bike from it. It's just king of the hill, but yeah, it is kind of cool to play and have fun with. As you can see, the event ended and I got second place and Polaris got first place. This event gave me 15,000 cash, a G36, a Mythical Taver, which is server specific, can't bring it across servers, and an Atlas statue. The Taver will be automatically in your hotbar, and you can press the number associated with the item on your hotbar to basically take it out. And if you press H, you can drop the Taver, although it is just a mythical item, so it'll just be a square saying Mythical Taver GL. It won't actually be the Taver model. However, with the Taver, you can do many things, and I will go over those here in a second. With the Taver, you can do many things, one of which is shoot at enemies. You can press R to reload the gun, and then you can shoot at enemies. To actually damage them though, you're going to have to toggle PvP, and you can do this by pressing C, and now I can actually hit him for 30 damage, 30 again, and now 30 to the head. Now he's at one hit. Ow. And now he's dead. If you get an item like the wooden sword, so that's like a melee, the only melee that will do damage is the toilet plunger. Weird enough, it is the only melee, other than permanent items. Now that I got this useless item, if I press G and I click on the useless item, the wooden sword, I can use it. If I press C, my name will become yellow. If I press C again, it'll become white. White names can only attack players that are red named, but red names can attack anyone. And yellow names can attack anyone as well. So now I can actually attack this player. But if I'm white name, I can't, as you can see. But if I'm yellow name, I can. Obviously, this sword is useless and does 0 damage, just like all the other melees except toilet plunger and all the permanent melees. Some of the permanent melees don't do any damage, like the snow mitten. That one doesn't do any damage, and some others. But yes, this is very useless. 0 damage. 0. If I want to store this item, I'm going to press H and then hover my mouse over it and press V. But you can't do this when you are flagged. So I'm going to have to run away from my enemy and actually wait 60 seconds, as you guys can see, because it takes 60 seconds to unflag. You're going to want to find somewhere where they can't see you, so usually a good pillar is good, or you're going to want to disguise as someone who isn't red and that isn't in your vicinity, and then you will just blend in with the crowd. You don't want to talk, because then your name will show up in chat, and if they know that that's not the avatar associated with that name, then they will get suspicious. A good spot to hide in is this little thing here. You know, you can hide in this little thing, and it kind of looks like a shoe, and it's a good spot to hide if you can get here and no one sees you get up here. And then when your name turns yellow, you can press C again and become Pacific or white named. And now you can store your weapon by pressing H, hovering over it, and pressing V. And if you press G, it'll be in your inventory. And that is how to store weapons and also unflag and flag up. To toggle shift lock mode, press Q, and then you can move your character from side to side. Uh-oh, there's a ship. There's a ship. Oh my gosh. And this is the event. As you can see, this gun is pretty effective in destroying your opponents, doing 30 damage each. So, good gun, just like an M4. But it can actually destroy buildings. So, say there's a building over here. Whoa, look at this big building. I can just shoot a grenade at it by taking out my weapon and then just pressing F. Oh, look at that. Pew! You can also use this to kind of rocket yourself up. So say I want to go up here, I can do that, and then boom. Ugh, if I can get it to work. No! Okay, whatever. You get the point. You can basically use it to get you to places that you normally wouldn't be able to get to. And you can also just destroy buildings. So say I go inside this place, and I am now trapped inside it. Say I'm trapped inside here. Ignore that. Well, then I can just destroy it, and now I'm out of it. I can just destroy everything. And now, I've used so many of the grenades that my karma is now too low. I need 200 karma for a grenade, and that's just how the grenade launcher works. It works off of karma, so you need a certain amount of karma, aka 200, to shoot a grenade. If you have below that, then it won't let you, saying 200 karma is required for the grenade launcher. And you can still kill players if you have below 200 karma, as long as it's not negative. Now I'm actually low karma, and it does display on your gun when you are low karma, so I would always pay attention to this. If you're about to get into a firefight, I would always recommend buying some more ammo. You can do this in the team menu under shop. And yeah, make sure to buy the right ammo for the right gun, because that is a mistake some people make. Thanks to Polaris for giving me the Mythical Bloxy Cola. Next, I'm going to go over the item that is the Mythical Bloxy Cola, which gives you more hunger. As you guys can see down here, I have hunger that needs to be filled. Using the Bloxy Cola will fill it up, and I can use this Bloxy Cola as many times as I like, because it is infinite Bloxy Cola, but like the Taver, it is only per server, so if I leave the server, it'll go away, because I cannot press V and store this. It says can't flag when stored, and when I normally am not flagged, it won't let me. Once your cola's full, though, you can just have this cola to sell to other players, or to basically just give away or just drink whenever you're thirsty. The thing you can do with mythical items is once you're done using them or just want to switch servers, they are also able to be sold to the capital for $1,000, which is basically nothing, but it's still money at the end of the day. So sometimes you'll just want to sell them. If you happen to find one of these scavenge stations around the map in electric state placed by a player or placed by yourself, then you can hover your mouse over it and press E. If you're zoomed in, you're gonna have to zoom out a little, and then you can click launch. And then you can move your drone around the map. You can zoom out more here, and you can go to the return icon. Once you get to the return icon, you're going to press E on it, and then you can pick it up and then bring it back to the scavenge station. Now that we have returned our old world crate, we can click the catalog button in the bottom right, and it'll bring up the crate menu, where you can open old world crates, scavenge crates, and the rest of the crates. So to open it, you're going to click the number of crates you have, and then you can open that crate if you have some. So now once I click open, it'll give me an amount of Aruis, and normally it'll give you 25. The odds for the Aruis is 25 Aruis for 81%, 50 Aruis for 14%, 100 Aruis for 5%, and 250 Aruis for 2%. It used to go up to 1,000 Aruis, but now it doesn't anymore, and that's just a bummer. In the G menu, you can also click and see your props, and this will allow you to see what props you've earned. I have the Atlas statue, the crown neon sign, and the spinner, along with the scavenge station everyone has. If you go over to the bank icon, you can put things in here, and then you can bring them out to your inventory. So if I have things in my inventory that I want to put in my bank and basically make room for in my inventory, then I can do that through the bank feature. I'm going to be showing you what to do if you have 12 out of 10 items. Oh, I take out a gun. Now I use my gun. Say I go and I shoot up Big John over here. Well, now if I want to store my gun, I press H, I hover my mouse over, and I press V. Oops, it says inventory full. You can't store any more items. Well, what to do in this scenario is to switch jobs. So press the T menu and then scroll down to banker, click banker, and then once you've dropped your gun or stored it somewhere safe, you can come back for it here in a second. So I'm gonna store it here. Click banker, and then I'm gonna go and run and get my gun before someone steals it. When you drop an item, no other player can pick it up for 8 seconds. Then they can pick it up and do whatever they want with it. Now I have it, and now I am the banker, which allows me to place a bank. To place a bank, you're gonna wanna press B, and then under the all category, you can scroll down and see bank. Or, as an easier alternative, you can click interactive, and then click at the top, the first slot, and that's banker vault. And you can place this anywhere, and you don't have to be banker to place it. If I press B and I place the bank for 8,000, now, if I want to use the bank, I have to hover my mouse over it and press E. And now I'm able to use the bank. And now I can store things inside of this bank, and I actually have access to it. So all I have to do is click on the item I want to change from my inventory to my bank, and now it's there, and vice versa. Obviously, if your inventory is full and there's not enough room, aka 10 slots for when you're transferring stuff, then it won't let you. But if there is enough room, then you can just click it and it will go over to your inventory. So yeah, you can hold 11 things, but you can't hold 11 things when you're transferring things back and forth using your bank, which is kind of weird, but yeah. This 10 out of 10 limit does apply when you're switching things from your bank to your inventory, and vice versa. But yeah, if I'm gonna store all these things, now I have enough room, I can press H when equipping my gun, and now I can store this by pressing V on it, and now I have room to store it. I'm gonna make sure I save this node by pressing T, going to Actions, and clicking Save/Load Building, and saving it in my first slot. I can delete the bank and it will go away, but it'll still be in my save whenever I want to bring it back, as long as it hasn't been drilled. If your bank's being drilled and you decide to delete your node, you will lose the bank and you cannot get it back unless you place another. Now I'm going to show you how to stop someone when they're drilling your vault, if you don't want them to steal all your money from that vault. So to do it, obviously you're going to need your bank vault. I'm just going to load in my normal save that I had before, so our bank's over here, as you can see. So as banker, if someone uses my vault, say they use it, I get $750 from that. Obviously, if I use my own vault, though, it's still gonna just cost the $1,500, and I won't get any of that back. But if someone is actually drilling my vault, say they're using the drill on my vault, they place the drill, now their red name, now my drill's health has a certain amount of health, and they're drilling it. So, to stop this, and to stop the drill, you have to shoot the vault, and you have to shoot the health of the drill. So the health of the drill will go down when you shoot it, and you just have to shoot it and keep shooting it, and before it gets to basically all the way full. If you don't actually shoot it in time though, well then you'll have a problem. But as you can see right there, we destroyed it in time. You always need a gun when you're banker here, because otherwise people can steal your vault and you won't be able to stop them. But yeah, that's how to stop someone from stealing from your bank vault. If I go to the vehicles, I can spawn a vehicle like I showed you earlier, and if it's red, it won't spawn, but if it is green, it will spawn. So now it'll spawn. But it actually was obstructed by this thing. It just didn't tell me. So now it's just saying that I have to wait 113 seconds. So yeah, basically you have to wait 2 minutes each time you spawn a vehicle to spawn another one. And these icons is the blueprints tab. And in this, it'll display any blueprints that you have. So if you can craft a G36 or the Nevermore permanent item, then you can do them here. And yeah, basically that is all in the G menu. Next, we have the B menu. And in the B menu, you press B, obviously, to bring it up, and then you can put stuff down. First, it'll bring up the node, so if you want to place your node somewhere, you can just do that right here by clicking on the ground that you're hovering over, as long as it's not intersecting with a node. If it's intersecting with a node, then it won't let you place it. So, once you place a node, you're going to have to click B again, and then click all once you've deleted your node to get back to this part where you can replace this node. But if it's in a node, obviously, like I said, it will not let you place, and it'll say intersecting nodes. There's another node, try somewhere else. So once I'm outside of that node, I can click, and it'll place it right, let's say right here. There we go. And the first item that it'll say you can put down is a chair. It'll automatically go to a chair no matter what. So now I can click a chair and add chairs all over. And the building maximum is 300 if you have the game pass. Now that we've placed all the chairs we can place, we now know that the prop limit is 160 because it says prop limit reached. If you buy the prop limit extended game pass, then you can place more than 160, but without it, it's only 160. Now, if we want to move one of these chairs, we can click on it in the edit mode at the top, and we can move it like so. Say we delete this chair. Say we want to make a new one. Well, we can move it around like this. Boom. Now that we have this mess of chairs, we can actually press B again to open the build menu, and then hover over one to delete it with the key X. And I can just keep pressing this key rapidly to remove chairs, and hopefully clean up this node. Obviously, this is going to take forever, so there is a faster way to do that. And you're going to want to press T, go to the Actions menu, and then click Destroy Node. And this will remove everything on your node. So all these chairs will go bye-bye. And if we want to build another node, we just have to click B again, click all, and then click node, and then now we can place another node. I wanted to cover building, and I wanted to cover everything in building, but I couldn't just do that all in one video. That would make this video way too long. So I'm going to make a separate video for building. If you guys want to see that, just let me know in the comment section down below, and I will make that video. There's a ton to learn about building, surface attaching, duplicating, resizing, colorization, texturization. It's just nice that they have so many different features in the game, and it feels like Roblox Studio, but in a Roblox game. So it's really cool, and I think you all will enjoy that video. But yeah, let me know if you would like to see that. On with the video. Last but not least is the catalog menu. And this is where crates are stored. So if you hover over a crate, press E, and it says loot crate added. You've scavenged this loot crate. Well, to access this loot crate, you're going to want to click the catalog icon, and that will pull up your crates. And then you can click on the one or whatever amount you have, and then click open to open that crate. And this will spin, and you'll get a random item. And if you get something red, that is very rare. So jetpacks are rare and not common. But yeah, I got one somehow, so hey. But yeah, in this menu, you can also get Ruis for Robux and Cash for Robux. And yeah, there's just tons of crates here. You can just see all of them. Like, wow. You used to be able to buy old world crates, but now you can't. I assume that's because it was like gambling with real money since you could buy a Ruis. But yeah, you could also buy scavenge crates for 50,000 too. So that's just a fun fact. And that is all the menus in Electric State. I will go over more things in a more detailed video and basically tell you all the job items that you can buy per job, but it is more interesting to actually explore them yourself and find out for yourself what each job entails. Now that we've found a store that sells jetpacks, we can actually buy a jetpack. These cost 12k, but normally you'll find jetpacks for 9 to 10k, if you're lucky 8k or so. I've seen them go for 6k, but that was a rare occasion. So now we're going to buy it, pressing E on the dispenser when we're hovering our mouse over it, and then pressing purchase. Now we have a jetpack. I actually bought 2 here, but I'll show you how the jetpack actually works. So, the jetpack can be stored by pressing H, hovering over it with your mouse, and pressing V. And then with the other one, I'm going to show you what it actually does. So, to equip the jetpack, click the number that it's associated with, in this case 1, and then you can click down and hold, and then it'll equip the jetpack, and it'll be on your back. Then to fly, you're going to want to press Y, and then you can fly in different directions. By holding W down, you can fly forward. By holding S down, you can fly backward. So it's just like walking, but it's flying. And obviously the maneuvering is a little bit different. It's like War Machines. If you're used to that gameplay, it's a little bit like that, but slightly different. So yeah, because you can move your camera around at all times. So that's very nice. And that's one of the things I really like about Electric State, is you can move your camera in all directions while you're flying. Next, I'm going to show you how to equip the static jetpack. It's the same way. You press the number and you equip it like so, and then it'll put it on your back. But if you have a jetpack already on, it will not put one on. So that is a cool thing. We're going to rejoin and I'll show you exactly what it does. When you have your jetpack on, you press Y to start flying and Y to stop flying. There is a little bit of delay in times. You can't just instantly stop flying. You have to wait till then, and then you can stop flying. But yes, it is very, very useful to be able to use these keys. The Y key is very important when you're flying, so you can stop flying at certain points and start flying when you need to start flying. If you're flying around and you just decide you want to come back to the game later and you just leave the game, well, once I leave the game and I join back, I will not have the jetpack anymore. As you can see, we now do not have a jetpack, and that's because you cannot store jetpacks once they have already been equipped. You can only store jetpacks that are static jetpacks. Static jetpacks are different from normal jetpacks. As you can see here, once I equip this static jetpack, it's on me, but I can also unequip it with the same key again. Click and hold, and it'll unequip it, and now I can store this jetpack in my backpack, and I can take it out for another time. The difference is, once I have a static jetpack on, if I die with it, I lose it. As you guys can see, I am flying around here, and if I go up to this height and say I get killed, well, then my unequipped jetpack, I can't unequip it, and I can't save it because I died. So it'll disappear from my inventory. If I'm flying over here and I reset like I did before, this is not like a static jetpack. It will not disappear. It is staying on my back. I still have this jetpack, as you guys can see. And that just sticks with you for the entire server. But if you leave the server, you lose this jetpack. If you leave the server with a static jetpack on, you lose it. You have to store your static jetpack to keep it. So you want to put that in your G inventory. But yeah, that's the important things about jetpacks, and on with the rest of the video. I asked him to sell me the jetpacks by hand, so now he can sell it to me by hand. And he's selling it to me for cheaper, $10,000, which is still expensive. Usually by hand you'll get them for $8,000 or $9,000. But yeah, this is fine. So, once I buy the jetpack, it'll go into my inventory. If I bought it from dispenser, however, it would just go into my backpack. Now we're going to be switching to the role of farmer. Pressing T, scrolling down, and clicking on farmer. Now that I'm a farmer, I can go to my node, press B, go to production, and under corn farm, I can click it and place it on the ground right there. As you guys can see, now I've placed a corn farm. You can have 2 of these, so I click on it, press J if it's not in alignment, and now it's in alignment, and then I can place it down again, and now I have 2 corn farms. Now press B again, hover your mouse over them, press E, and then hover your mouse over the other one and press E. And now it'll plant corn, and now it'll grow corn for me. So, here in a second, we'll have some corn. It takes about 6 minutes to make each crop. You can place money printers while farming. So to place one, you're going to want to be outside your node. As you can see, this is my node and I'm outside of it. Now if I want to place the printer, I go to T, press shop, and then click money printer. I'll start with the advanced, and it prints 1,400. Now I've placed a money printer, as you guys can see, and now we're going to move over and place the other one. And these have to be outside of the node, as you guys can see, otherwise they will not place. Now that I've placed the basic money printer and the advanced money printer, I can move them into my node. Moving a money printer that is yours, or anyone else's, or lockpicking a money printer does make you red, and makes you a criminal. So, if I want to move these printers though, I can press F, and now move it into my node. Obviously, I'm doing this out in the open because this is a very dead server, and yeah, no one's gonna come for these. But if they did, this would be a loss of 5,000 and 1,000, which would be $6,000 loss. Now I'm going to wait for the corn to finish growing and the printers to print some money. Now that our printers have printed some money, as you guys can see, we can press E on them, press E on this one to collect $280. And E on this one to collect $1,400. And we get our payday, which is $1,000 as a farmer. Although we are a farmer, we cannot unflag. So pressing C does not unflag you after picking up printers. You must die to unflag. You also can't shoot people as a farmer. Now that our crops have grown, we can hover our mouse over them and press E to harvest them, and then go sell them to a capital station. To create a capital station, press B, go to production, and then click capital cargo station. Now you can place this on your node anywhere you like. However, if there are money printers on the node, you cannot place it. And when I become yellow, I will be able to place it. But right now, as you can see, I cannot place it because cannot build while having a red name. I can't harvest the other one because it says I am already carrying crop. As you guys can see, I am already carrying crop. Now that I'm yellow name, I can press B and place the cargo station right here. Boom. And now I can take out my corn by pressing the key associated with it, which is 1 in my case, and then press E while hovering my mouse over it, and then click sell. I can do this for the other piece of corn. And now I've made $1,000 off of corn, as you guys can see, and I've made even more from my money printers, which are over here. Money printers do make you more money than farming. However, you do have to deal with the risk of raiders and soldiers coming in to destroy your printers or take them. I'm going to show you how to sell items to other players. First, you're going to need cash register, which is called register shop. In the B menu, if you go to interactive here, you'll see register shop, and you can place this on your node right here. As you guys can see, it's on the edge of it, and now I can sell items to people near my node. So if I want to sell something, I can press E on him and then sell it to him for $1, and he can buy this. For selling it by hand, I will get taxed 15%. I can also place dispensers on my node by pressing B, going to interactive again, and then clicking the dispenser. Place it right here, and now if I want to set the price, I press F when hovering over it, and I can set it to $1 or whatever you want to set it to. Now all you have to do is take out the item you want, and then you push E while hovering over it, and you'll get it in here, and now they can buy it for $1, as you guys can see. But I lose 20% because of tax. Sales tax is a lot in Electric State, guys. I only got 0.8 of a dollar for that. It's better to sell things by hand because it's 15% tax versus 20% tax in the dispenser. However, you can only have 3 of the same item in a dispenser at a time, and you can have up to 5 dispensers on your node. If you're selling it by hand, you can easily get killed, and then you can lose the item you're selling, so that is a downside. To avoid karma loss, you're going to want to place a kill zone board, and this kill zone board is an interactive, and it's right here, and I can place it right here. And once I place it, I want to hover over it and press E on it to toggle it. You're going to want to toggle it every time you place your node, so every time you rejoin and you place your node, you're going to want to toggle this. And this prevents me from losing any karma. If I press C, I can shoot this guy without losing any karma. As you guys can see in the actions menu, I have 3,000 karma. And if I kill him, I have 3,000 karma still, and it says karma loss averted. No karma lost for attacking in kill zone. But if I attack the mayor per se, I press T again, and as you can see, I lost 600 karma, and my name is red. As you guys can see, I am at spawn, and if I zoom out, this circle represents spawn. The node also represents spawn as well, and this is just one above it, so you can't place things directly above spawn. If I die, however, outside of this circle, it will cause a bubble to appear. This bubble is called NLR, and it appears anytime you die outside of spawn, also known as New Life Rule. The New Life Rule bubble will only stay for 40 seconds, but it allows anyone to stay safe for at least 40 seconds, and then the 20 seconds that they're still red, they're going to have to fend for themselves. But it does protect you from other players who we've already killed in a certain area, except at spawn. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys, see you all next time.